let's say I'm venting to you through text about something, like something got me riled up.
Okay.
And you just hit me with the K. I'd be like, oh, so you don't give a fuck.
My parents will call. Who you being rude towards? Because I ain't have to tell you nothing.
I ain't got to tell you shit. If y'all want to be my friend, all you got to do is say that.
We're so dramatic.
Like, but literally, that's how it feels. All right, so weekly Reddit.
Yes.
This week, the question was, what's a small social rule you refuse to follow, even if everyone expects you to? And I got, at least 12.
Of course you do. We hate rules. People hate social rules. They hate them.
You would think, then why we follow them?
Because there needs to be order. Order must be had.
Well, here they are. Social rules you refuse to follow. This one says, being available 24/7. I don't answer my phone if I'm already talking to someone else.
That's not a social rule. Is it?
Yeah, people expect everybody to be available to them.
Just because my phone is on don't mean I'm picking up.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Girl, forget that. That wasn't the rule for me. I already wasn't following that.
Right. This one, social rules you refuse to follow. I turned off read receipts and typing notifications for texts. Nobody needs that.
Cause why? I didn't know I could turn the typing thing off.
I didn't know you could turn the typing thing off,
but I did know about. Cause I go and do it.
I did know about the read receipts, and your read receipts is on.
I'm too lazy to cut them off.
I was about to say, because I
automatically on.
I see when you read my texts all the time.
Yeah.
And
I see when everybody else read mine too.
When Android and Apple started communicating better and they could see that, I immediately went into settings for every chat I was in and turned that off. I
don't even look at it. Like, I don't care who read it or who didn't read it. Unless I sent you a 911, I'm also you ignoring me because I clearly said 911.
Yeah, now if you say 911, I'm gonna call you and be like, what's going on? But for the most part, I'm like, you don't need to know when I read your message.
I don't know.
I read it when I read it, and I respond when I respond. You knowing when I read it ain't gonna make me respond no quicker.
I don't know why they even came up with that.
Well, do you know that Teams for work now has that?
Yeah. Don't like it.
I turned that off too. I was like, they don't need to know when I read their message, especially at work, so they can be like, "Oh, it said she read my message at 8:52."
I'm like, "No, first of all, the screen was up. I wasn't around, and you pinged it, and it was open. That don't mean I read it."
I was like, "No, I don't like that. I don't like that." So that one is a good one because I do think a lot of people just like they use that read receipt and they just expect it to be on, and so that they can see when you saw their message, and then they can be like,
in the words of Jocelyn, the fuck you gonna do if it's read and I don't respond? What? Fight me? Like what you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Like what's going on?
What are you gonna do?
Like, and just to avoid all that, I'm just like, you know what? I'm turning it off. Ain't nobody gonna know when I read their message.
I didn't even know I could cut it off, so that opens doors for me.
Yes, you can turn that off.
Clean the fuck off.
You can turn that off. I turn it off.
Maybe I'm doing that tonight.
Yeah, I turn it off all the time. Every chance I get, as soon as I see that I can read when somebody read a message, I'll be like, oh, okay, let me go make sure that's turned off.
Now, I really didn't know I could do that for work, baby. I'm going in to work and expeditiously cutting that off.
As soon as they added that, I went through the settings and was like, how do I turn this off? Because I know there's a way to turn this off.
I said, when they add this shit? I said, when the fuck this get here?
Okay. Social rules you are not following. Having an excuse as to why you're saying no. Mm-hmm. Once I realized no is a full sentence, things have been easier.
Preach on that one.
On that one. Let's say it together, class. No is a complete sentence. It's like you don't owe anybody an explanation.
You're not coming? No, Saturday I will not be there. Well, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm just not coming.
But here's the other thing.
I'm not
only does
there.
life get easier when you learn that no is a complete sentence, like it gets easier for the person that's saying no, but it also gets easier when you hear a no too. Like, I can't tell you the last time somebody told me no to something and I followed up with why.
Cause like, but why? I said no.
Well, I used to ask people that, but now when somebody tell me no, I'm like, okay. Cause like I said before, you can just assume that it's because I don't want to.
If I got something to do you don't know about.
Yeah, it don't even matter. Just assume I don't want to.
And sometimes I could be like, I think I just want to stay home that day.
Which means personal. You didn't want to.
Should have made it for Friday, Saturday. I don't want to.
Yeah. I'm like, it's really that simple. It's nothing personal. Don't go home crying to your mama, daddy, husband, brother, sister. Don't go crying to nobody.
Nah, I'm a fake ass bitch because I didn't want to
now you ain't got no real friends. Like,
oh, don't you hate that?
It's like, come on now.
All I told you about somebody doing that mess with the whole Facebook subliminal, then deleted it. I'm like, oh, you would get on Facebook and now you want to delete it.
We both have had friends get on Facebook and calling out their friends without calling out their friends.
But I'm not even somebody you got to get on Facebook. You could just say something to me like, I think what you did was real bogus. And I go, and it was. I felt like being fake as fuck today. I don't want to.
Some days you don't feel like being bothered with people.
Yes, I'm being real shady today. Sorry.
Yeah. Like, we be shady to each other. Some days it just be like that. And it just is, but don't mean...
We really should maybe not do that, though.
Why not?
I don't know.
I mean, it ain't fucking what Here's the thing. I wouldn't do that if I actually thought you gave a fuck about what I thought.
Maybe. Because I'll be like, your phone going off. I don't feel like talking right now. Yeah. Like, not personal. I'll text her a little bit, see what she wants.
Yeah, and like, when I call you, I know when you like available to talk. You'll usually pick up within like the first couple seconds.
Yeah.
If on my end it rings twice, I'm like, she ain't answering. Let me go on and hang up. That's why sometimes it'll start ringing and then it'll seem like I just hung up real quick because I'm like, it run twice on my end. I know she ain't answering.
No, sometimes I just don't know where that phone is.
Yeah, and that's when you'll call me back and be like, my phone was somewhere. I ain't even know where it was.
Look like I got the watch. I go, now where the hell my phone?
But yeah, I'm like, because
I don't like talking through the watch. It ain't the same.
It's
weird.
I don't
like it.
But yeah, definitely, I think people just need to become more comfortable
with no. From an earlier age, too.
Yes.
From an earlier age.
Yes.
You need to get told no. And when you're 5, so then when you're 37, you ain't so mad. Like.
Exactly. Okay, social rules that you are not following. Staying for an entire social event. I leave the moment I no longer want to be there.
Baby, you know we good for a leave. And we good for a leave.
And I ain't even saying bye.
And you just looking and I'm gone.
I'm just
ain't go? She left an hour ago.
Don't nobody even know. They be like, I don't know, because I ain't tell nobody I was leaving.
This is why I hate going places with Victor, because I always got to stay an hour to 2 hours long. Because I love to do a hey, y'all, and then a leave.
That's why when people invite me to places and then they be like, you want to ride together? I'm like, nope. You ain't even got to use the environment excuse, because I ain't got no gas. I'm driving myself.
I don't care.
Now you can ride with me.
No, I don't care if I got $5.27 to my name. I am using that $5.27 to be able to leave.
I'm like, now you can ride with me, because 9 times out of 10 you got a good hour that I'm gonna be there. Then I'm gonna be like, all right, it's time to go.
I don't care if it's my last $5. I am getting in that car and not.
Look, let me tell you,
I feel captured.
I told you about the time where I went to Indy 500 Snake Pit. With one of my friends, and she had a bunch of people with her too. We was having a good time. I saw Steve Aoki, I
think we both was there at the same time, but we didn't know each other.
Yeah,
we was both there. Yeah, getting drunk at 8 a.m.
I just left the area just to go sit outside the area just for a little bit, just to get away from so many
people. Was a lot going on.
And while I was sitting there, my brother rode past on a golf cart because he was there doing like security work for him. And while I'm standing there, I look at him, he look at me, he said, "What you doing here?" And I said, "Oh, I came for the concert." And he went into the spot where the concert is. And I said, "You know what? It's a good time to leave." On top of the fact.
Yeah, seeing my brother who the police there would be like, I think it's run its course.
Yeah, I'm good. And
no fun will be had now. I know he's here.
Which, honestly, I'll be honest with y'all, I'm using that as 100% an excuse. The only reason I was out, if I'm out there because I needed to get away from people, chances are I was ready to go anyway. So I was like, you know what?
Getting an Uber or anything at that time would have been a no-go.
Well, I had drove.
So you left all them?
Yeah, I left. Oh,
no. You ain't shit.
No. They all didn't ride with me. We all drove separately.
No, I'm about to say,
no, girl, I drove by myself.
You like, girl, you know you got to have one designated driver for...
No, I drove by myself. And I wasn't even really drinking that much. But
to say you are the worst human being.
No, I didn't leave them there. Well, I left them there, but we didn't ride together.
Oh, well, it's all right then.
But I left, and once I got home, I texted my friend. I was like, "Hey, just FYI, I'm not coming back.
If you looking for me, don't,
because I'm at home rubbing my feet together." Like, that's how quickly I will leave. And like I said, I won't even tell people until I get to my destination. Like,
and I bet you the drunk person that wanders.
Huh?
You a drunk wanderer, ain't you?
Mm-mm. I tend to stay with the group. Honestly, when I'm like drunk, I sit my ass down somewhere.
I hate the drunk wanderer because you like, now where this girl at?
The only time I'm really a wanderer is like when we like on the dance floor. Like, you'll look up and I'll be off dancing by myself somewhere.
You just dancing.
Yeah.
Wanderers, they leave and you like, where is Brittany stupid ass at? Because Brittany is down the bar. She is down the damn street some fucking where.
No, that's not me.
Oh, I hate
The only time I have wandered was the night that I ended up farting in front of those dudes. Which was me.
Before you got drunk or after?
Did the farts come before or after the drunk?
No, I'm saying how drunk
or did I
was
wander?
This before the farts or after the farts?
Oh, this was before,
okay, so
like maybe 30 minutes before the farts.
So you still was drunk? Okay.
I was drunk as hell. At this point, I had already fallen asleep on the bar, and they had to wake me up.
Oh, did they kick you out? They just woke you up?
They just woke me up, and they was like, "You can't do that." You know how you used to sneak and try to sneak and go to sleep at school? And you would lay your head down on that's how I was on the bar. Like,
really, get your
they said, "Get your ass up." Like, we got there. We had been drinking since like a good 10 a.m.
That's ridiculous.
And now it's like a good 7, 8, 9 p.m. So we've been drinking this whole damn time. Only ate like once. So I was gone. I was
You was at Mars.
I'd never been that drunk in my life. And
sleep at the bar.
At
7 o'clock. People eating burgers and shit.
It wasn't one of those bars that sold food though.
Oh, about this. They're even worse. They like, hell no. Making us look bad. Get your ass.
It was crazy. So it was a small bar too, and it was just 3 of us. And we, until I fell asleep, we were owning that bar. Like, it was the 3. We literally had sections. I had the far end nearest the door. Another one was in the middle. Another one was at the end of the bar, and we had people around us. And then I had a down moment. And I was sitting there, and I said, "I'm just gonna lay my head down just for a second." And before I knew it, I felt somebody push on my arm. It was like, "You can't do that." And I was just like, "What the fuck? I'm sleeping."
They say, "Get your drunk ass up out of here."
So this is the only time I've ever wandered, and because I literally got up.
You look at it and kick your ass out.
Literally. I got up and I just was like, okay, well, I'm going to go outside just to get some air. So I go outside and I'm standing there because it was like a house that they converted into like a bar.
Interesting.
So I'm standing on the porch and I looked to my right and I was like, nice, there's a gas station right here.
Oh, no.
So I walk my little happy drunk ass right to this bar. And I think I got a bag of chips. Because I was just like, oh, carbs, that'll help with alcohol. So I think I got something to drink and some chips. And when I came out next to the building, there's like a bench so people can just sit down.
So you just sat your happy ass down.
And there was a guy that I had been talking to earlier already sitting there. So I went and sat next to him and we was chatting it up. And he honestly, he was just as drunk, if not more drunk than me. And he started throwing up.
You like, ugh.
And I literally just put the bag, I said, want some chips? And so we just sat there and ate chips together. And then he was too drunk to do anything. And honestly, I was too. And the guys that was in the back seat that my friends had brought back with them was his friends. And I was just like, oh, it was a fun night, but I was so drunk.
10-7, girl, my stomach hurt just hearing about it.
Girl, we started because it was an Ohio State game. It was like the scrimmage or something like that before like the season officially starts. It was one of those games. And they are really big Ohio State fans. I couldn't give a fuck. I don't care about any sports. But they are really big Ohio State fans. And they asked me if I wanted to go. And I was like, sure, why not? You talking about drinking and having fun. Why would I not want to go? So I went to Kentucky. I went to Kentucky the night before. Stayed overnight with my friend that lived in Kentucky. Then we drove to Cincinnati, Ohio. Picked up the other friend. And whole time I'm still drinking. And we stopped at a Chick-fil-A, got some breakfast, had some shots. She made some mimosas, so we had some mimosas. And then we went to, I think it's Columbus, Ohio, where Ohio State is. I don't know where Ohio State is, to be honest. But we went wherever that is. And that's where we proceeded to drink more until 8, 9 o'clock when we decided to go back to Cincinnati to go do bar hopping in Cincinnati. And that's on the trip to Cincinnati was when I was like, okay, y'all can drop me off at friend number 2's house because I'm not going anywhere. I done been farting up a storm in this car. I'm done.
I'm embarrassed.
I was so embarrassed.
I just be covering my face. Y'all don't see me.
And I had to sleep on her uncomfortable ass couch with her fucking dog. And then I woke up the next morning, called the Uber, and had it take me back to Kentucky to friend number 1 house so that I could get in my car and come back to Indiana.
Sounds like a mess.
It was a mess, but I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Still think when me and you went to Ohio, that was more fun.
We had a good ass time. A foolish good time.
We were drunk.
We were super drunk.
We weren't super drunk, but we were, yeah.
We were cute.
But the thing that made that one of the things that made that more fun is the fact that we didn't have to worry about driving nowhere. Everywhere was within walking distance.
And we stumbled our asses back to that hotel room.
And we crashed the F out, literally. And it was a fun night. We need to actually do that again.
That was fun.
Somebody asked me last week about us being at a bar or something like that. I said, me and Jay really only ever been to a bar with each other one time.
Which was wild because I didn't know you like that.
Yeah, neither one of us knew each other like that.
The fact that we even did.
It was wild.
An overnight out-of-state trip.
Yeah, I told Allison that was the first time we'd ever really hung out with each other. She said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah,
we're nuts."
I said, "Y'all was supposed to come over that one time, and that was going to be the first time that me and Jade ever hung out outside of work." I said, "But it ended up not happening." And then I said, and she said she wanted to go. I said, to be honest, I ain't even believe her. I didn't think she was going to show up. I was like, either way, I knew I was going. But I didn't think she was going to show up. So when you was like, oh, I'm on my way, I was like, oh, she actually coming. All right. Okay, then. That's how little we knew each other. We didn't know whether you was going to show up or not.
Because Victor was like, so You could go and say, I ain't doing nothing. I wasn't in school or nothing at that time. The kids was gone. I said,
why not?
You ain't got no plans for us.
Fair.
I ain't doing nothing.
Fair.
And I said, well, if I die, I'm going out having a good time. Anyway, bye.
Yep. And that's when I introduced you to Stray Kids.
Just dancing. I was like, what's this?
I had her watching Stray Kids music videos at the hotel and everything. I was so obsessed with them at that time.
Sure was. But I was like, this ain't bad.
Yeah, I was just getting into their discography. Speaking of Stray Kids, I just saw somebody like some dude that's trying to, I don't know if he's trying to get into K-pop or not, but he's checking out K-pop.
Yes.
Based off of like people making recommendations. So he's been going through all these groups, listening to a bunch of songs that they make, and then giving his opinion on the group. He
seems like a project.
He does not like Stray Kids.
How could you not?
He does not. He said, can't none of them rap. He hates Chanbin. He said, I hate his rapping voice. I was like, dang. And he said, and the only one that can actually sing is Sumin. I was like, dang. And he did, because he...
What songs did he listen to?
He didn't say what songs he listened to. But the other good thing he said about them, which ain't even about them really now, he said, this was the only actual singer in the group. Why y'all let him go? Talking about Woojin.
Now, Woojin was good.
Woojin was good.
I ain't gonna hold you. Woojin was superb.
Superb.
Still is.
Still is. Oh, he did say Woojin's music now, because I guess he listened to some of Woojin's music. He said his music is trash, but his voice is really nice. I'm like, Woojin's music is not trash. It's not.
He sound like a hater, and I hate him. He sound like a hater to me.
I was like, have your opinion or whatever.
I think his opinions are based on who he think is the most popular when he talking his shit.
Yeah, I was just like, Stray Kids is actually talented. Like, we ain't gonna take that away from them.
And they have such a huge discography. There's no way he probably listened to like 3 or 4 songs and then start talking crazy.
Yeah. And that's why I was so upset, because I was digging into their discography and I was listening to all, like...
I'm like, ain't no way you listen to all that shit and said that. Ain't no... First of all, even one of the newer songs, Truman, is a good-ass song.
Truman is a good song.
You gonna come at me.
Huh.
Han is my number 2. You not coming.
Oh, he said he don't understand why Han is even rapping at all, because he can't rap. He said, but I don't understand why he's rapping when he can actually sing.
They all can do both. That's the point. Bang Chan only hires multi-talented people.
He said Bang Chan has a good voice, but you can tell he's not confident in it. And I said, you know what? I respect that, because I agree. I said, that's why I think Bang Chan uses a lot of auto-tune on his voice.
Because he feel like that ain't his purpose.
Yeah. But he said Bang Chan's rapping is trash. I said, I actually like Bang Chan's rapping.
I don't think none of it's trash.
I don't think any of it's trash either. First of all,
I can't believe he said that. He's still alive.
Oh, yeah. The stage didn't come for him. In fact, his comments was a lot of people that agreed with him. Says Stray Kids is just basic of the basic.
But you know what? I will say I like their older music.
I do like their older music.
The new music. I don't even really fuck with the new music like that. So if he's making his judgments off of new music.
But then I'm like, he can't be, because he
brought up Woojin. He's like, I hated me and I hate
Hero Soup by Stray Kids is
that's their best song.
It's their best song, with number 2 being Side Effects.
Oh, I love that fucking song.
I mean, those are their 2 best songs. I don't care what nobody's saying. Yes, both of those got Woojin in it. But
I burped. I'm sorry, it's steak. So I burped. I'm sorry, it's steak.
I'm okay with that, as long as you okay with that making it into the clip, because you know it ain't gonna be cut out. So as long as you okay with it, I'm okay with it. Probably smell like that damn burger we just ate.
With the onions.
Ew.
My little mic falling. Help. I falling and I can't get up.
You know,
okay.
What's a social rule that you're not following anymore? Or what's one that you used to give a lot of consideration to, but now you're just like, I don't care?
Well, of course I grew up with you got to look decent when you leave the house. I leave that house looking homeless. I don't care.
I left that. I mean, if you would have seen me in high school, you would have knew I didn't care about that much anyway.
Well, I looked cute in high school.
I ain't give a fuck in high school.
It's now I be looking kind of. It depends on the day. Some days I look presentable, and some days I don't.
See, I was talking about more like one thing that I used to always take consideration with, but now I don't, is the double text thing.
Oh, I'll write you 12 times in a row. If that's what the spirit is leading me to do.
And you know what my brain says? The more I send,
I forgot all about that shit. I think that's a youth thing. Because I forgot all about that.
You know,
I tell you, I'll send 12 messages. I don't give a damn.
My thought goes, you know, I done sent enough messages. There's no way they ain't see it.
Because my brain
even if they don't respond, there's no way they ain't see it.
This is my phone with my text messages that I'm paying for, and I'm going to do with them what the hell I wish.
The thing that I can't stand, and I know we talked about the sure thing before, and I hate it. And I feel like ever since I said that on this episode about how much I hate for people to say sure to me, I feel like more people do it.
Well, I'm going to say I've always been using sure.
I know. And honestly... And
I put a smiley face and everything with my
that means
sure.
Nothing.
Sure means yes to me.
I know to you it does.
So do.
We have a whole short about sure. And, and the number of people that got in the comments was like, I hate that shit.
Too bad.
And I was like, I knew I wasn't the only one.
I don't care. I'm still going to do it.
But
I've gotten better because I know you don't like it.
I hate
so
that shit.
So I don't say it. See how considerate I am? I say, you know what? She don't like that. I'm just going to send a smiley face instead.
Okay.
Or I do the okay, but the word spelled out okay. And then the smiley face.
And that's what I was going to get to.
Now, just okay is rude.
Like just the O in the K?
Yes, it's rude.
I think just the O in the K
and then with
rude.
A period, you might as well say, I hate you, bitch. Yeah. You might as well shout at me. You might as well send it in caps.
You might as well say, bitch.
Yeah. You raggedy bitch here.
I said the fuck okay. It's like, why we gotta be so hostile? But I feel like that when they just put the two letters, and I feel like when somebody just hits me with the K.
Oh, don't you hit me with no K. I'm not that laid back.
It's like, who you think you are?
I can't even be bothered with a fool. Okay.
I'm like, okay, so I know you don't give a fuck about me.
We're so dramatic.
Like, no, but that's how I feel. It feels like whatever you said before that, it is so minimized. They couldn't even type out 4 letters.
You know what? The K, how angry I get depends on what I said before they said the K.
Yes. Now, if
it's situational,
I might get a little annoyed if I didn't say something like if I wasn't angry already. But if I sent you a text where like, let's say I'm venting to you through text about something, like something got me riled up. And you just hit me with the K. I'd be like, oh, so you don't give a fuck.
My parents will call. Who you being rude towards? Because I ain't have to tell you nothing.
I ain't got to tell you shit. If y'all want to be my friend, all you got to do is say that.
We're so dramatic.
Like, but literally, that's how it feels. Like, what you hitting me with the K for? Like, sorry if I pissed you off.
It's a good thing we agree on a lot of stuff, because we would have, because we're dramatic about silly shit.
I mean, K and thumbs up are the equivalents to me. I hate that shit.
I wish somebody would send me a thumbs, just only a thumbs.
People do it all
but
the
I
time.
Can't talk. I send the cool beans, and I don't say cool beans. I send the emoji with the sunglasses and some beans.
See, I actually like that. I actually like that because I'm like, oh, cool beans.
Have fun.
But you just going, I'll be like, you bitch. Because again, it feels like whatever I said before that
feels disrespectful.
It feels like you minimized whatever it was I said.
Not the thumbs up.
It's like the energy it took you to go to your emojis and select that. You could have literally said, cool, okay.
I do the heart.
Yes.
I don't do the thumbs up.
My point is, it same amount of energy. Like, you ain't saving no energy. So, yeah, I can't stand.
We petty.
But we knew that. Why are you saying you realizing that?
Like, I'm really having a full circle moment. I'm thinking about this. I was like, we are petty.
Now, don't get me wrong. I do hit people with the thumbs up sometimes.
We petty.
But I do that when I literally mean I don't give a fuck. So if I ever text you just a thumbs up, just know, like, she don't need that. I do when I'm like if somebody has like pissed me off and they know they pissed me off and they keep texting me, I'll just thumbs up. Stop fucking talking to me. Like,
no, you don't get a response. You get
and that's my indicator to you that you are getting no more responses after this.
I just quit responding. I look and go, I'm through with this conversation, and just don't respond anymore.
Yeah, because like, say for instance, I'm saying like, I'm talking about a plan, like, oh, I'm thinking about going this place next weekend or whatever. And then I'm like chatting with you about it. And then you know how some people, you could tell when they finish the conversation, but somebody else is just keeping it going. It's like, but I already ended this conversation. Why are we still talking about this?
No.
So that's when I'll hit, okay, like, we're done. Stop talking to me about it. We're done.
That ain't how people work. If they still want to talk about it, they gonna goddamn talk about it.
And then that's why the thumbs up is my last resort. After that, I'm just not gonna respond because I have nothing else to say about it.
I don't even do that. I just quit responding.
Yeah.
And they go, why did you quit responding?
Because I ain't had shit to say.
You like, I don't know how to nicely say. I got bored of what we were talking about. And
look, I'm gonna tell you right now, people with ADHD, it is real. It happens incredibly quick. I am surprised that I'm able to carry on a full hour-long conversation with you like this. Mm-hmm. Because the way, if we start talking about one thing and you wanted to keep talking about that, but I'm kind of like bored of it, my mind just starts wandering.
Well, you know, the other thing is, we both think I got a touch of it too, because I don't talk about the same thing for an hour either. We both all over the place. We don't even transition the conversation. We just start talking about something else.
Yeah, because we still supposed to be talking about the weekly Reddit at this point. I used to have a co-worker.
Girl, we sure did. What Reddit? Right. We don't went on a tangent.
I used to have this co-worker that she was a cool chick. Like, I would have actually hung out outside of work with her. And one day we at work, not one day, several days, we would be at work and she would be talking to me about something. And honestly, it would be a conversation I started. And then she'd just be going on and on and on about it. And I'm standing there and then I'll just like drift off somewhere. And then she'll say something that brings me back. And I'll be like, what did you say?
You so rude.
But I wasn't doing it on purpose.
I knew you was rude with what you said about old girl and her kids.
Are we never going to stop bringing that up?
No, that's fucking bananas.
I told you if she would have called me a bitch, I would have been like, you know what,
deserved it that time.
Shit, I deserved to be called a bitch a few times when it came to this person.
But she be doing shit too. She ain't a victim.
She's not a victim, but that don't mean that I shouldn't have been called a bitch. Because the amount of times that she has been mid-sentence talking to me and I walk off on her ass.
That's rude.
I never said I wasn't rude. But rude. Best believe when I am rude, when I'm like, when there's no question about whether I was rude or not, I was doing it on purpose.
But she done did some shit.
She's done, and that's why she got the treatment that she got. Because we both know she did some shit.
Small ass backpack. She done lost a lot of weight now. So
she has lost a lot of weight.
They don't look as crazy no more.
Well, now they fit. That's why.
They don't look as crazy no more.
But yeah, that woman. And honestly, I should have left that woman alone. I
think that was just a mouth fart. I don't think you meant it. It came out. I meant it.
I just didn't mean to say it.
I was going to say, it came out before you could be like, oh, no, I'm supposed to filter that. And then it wasn't filtered. And that's happened to me because I'm like, oh, no, that's supposed to be filtered. Oh, no.
Yeah, I said, okay,
Oh no.
And this can get clipped, I don't care. And all the parents can come after me. How could you do that? What did her kids have to do? Why did she join my conversation when I wasn't talking to her? So I'm at work talking to Jade. Jade's talking about her son. And Jade's my friend. So I'm engaged in the conversation, at least until my brain starts to, wander. Chick that knows that I don't like her and that I know also doesn't like me.
Hell, she didn't like me neither. I don't know why she came up over there.
I don't know why. That's
she didn't like neither one.
That's what gassed at my flabbers so bad.
Because she didn't like neither one.
I'm like, why are you coming over here? So me and Jade are talking, and she comes and again, we're talking about Jade's son. She comes over and she starts talking to us. And she said something about her kids. I'm sitting in this chair and I'm twirling around and twirling, just having a good old time. But while I'm twirling, my brain starts to say, I really don't care to talk to her about her kids. I really don't.
And it came right
and
on. And
by the time my chair made it back to facing them, I said, you know what? I don't want to talk about your kids.
And I was like, oh.
And I got up and I walked away.
And I said, that was so goddamn rude.
And you're not wrong.
I was like, that was so rude.
You're not wrong.
She ain't my favorite, but damn, that was rude.
You're not wrong.
The spinning in the chair was bad enough.
I was having fun spinning in that chair. Well, after I talked to my, psychologist? Whoever is the one that actually prescribes medication. Psychiatrist. I talked to her in the next go around and I tell her what I did. And she said, and I had just started on like ADHD medication. She was like, I think we might need to lower your dose.
Because she was like, I didn't mean to say
I said, the only reason I even got up and walked away was because I couldn't believe I actually said that out loud.
You could apologize, Heifer, but you didn't.
I could have because I wasn't sorry. I just couldn't believe I actually said it. I had no intention of actually saying it.
No, your apology could have been, I didn't mean to say that out loud. And that could have been your apology.
You know what? I will tell you right now, if somebody said some off the wall shit to me and then just gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, I did think it, but I ain't mean to say it. I'm like, fuck you and your apology then. Like, what? No, save your apology. Because you ain't sorry for the actual words.
I'm sorry it came out.
But you ain't sorry
that.
But you meant what you said.
It wasn't supposed to come out. It wasn't for the public. It was for me. It was a private thought that just escaped.
It did.
It escaped.
It came out so quick, I ain't even have a chance to stop it.
But that's what you said after she left. You like, yeah, I didn't even mean to say that out loud.
At all. I was like, I thought it. I 100% thought it, but I did not mean to say that.
My response is, we both thought it. You weren't supposed to say it.
I know. I didn't want to. So yeah, therapist was like, okay, we need to lower your dose because it was helping with like my impulses as far as like spending and all that other stuff. But my impulse control over my mouth. That's also the time where one of the partners at the firm got mad at me and talked to my boss about me and had my boss come talk to me. And I looked at her and I said, I don't care.
I said, you wildin'.
Yeah, I was like, I don't care if he gets mad at me.
I was this ponytail.
Ponytail, yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's when I was like, yeah, something's wrong.
Because I wasn't supposed to say that.
I was like, I don't usually have issues holding those types of thoughts in. And that's what
Not at my real job. You blame
But that's what I mean when I tell people, y'all think I don't have a filter. I 100% do. The stuff that makes it out, yeah, some of it still might be a little shocking, but you don't even want to know the stuff that I keep in my head.
That's why I said you need to journal.
Journal doesn't do anything for me.
Because once I can write it, it's gone and it's free.
Not me. I sit there and I look and I'm like, okay, now I just wrote it down. I'm still thinking it.
See, it's gone once I write it. I go up, wash my hands, clean it up. And then I go about my day.
See, I guess I just process things differently.
My guilt, that's why I guess I don't have any guilt because I wrote it down and my piece is done. Wash my hands of that. Maybe that's the Gemini in me.
I don't know, but I'll look at that stuff. Like if I write about something that like pissed me off or something, I'll write it down. I'm like, okay, now I'm just pissed off and now it's on paper. I'm like, What am I supposed to do with this now? And I'm just like, nah.
Process it. That's what you're supposed to do.
I have to process it up in here. And I think another thing people need to get comfortable with, which we ain't even said one thing that people need to get comfortable with, but whatever. Something that people need to get comfortable with is silence. I think it is severely underrated.
From the moment people open their eyes to the moment they go to sleep, they have to be constantly entertained.
See, and I'm honestly, I'm mainly talking about people when they're at work.
This is what I'm saying. They mouth is always going because they need to be entertained.
I will tell you, I have done some of my best thinking when I used to, when I first got a second job, I worked for Omnicare in the long-term care pharmacy.
Yeah.
It was dope. I mean, the only reason I left that place was because it was so far away. And I was just like, I'm tired of doing that drive. But I used to just go in there, put my headphones in. I didn't talk to anybody. One, I'm only here for 4 hours. Let me do my work and go. But there, and then when I worked at Simple Dose Pharmacy, where they had a lot of chatters.
Yeah.
And I would walk in there, please don't talk to me. Please just let me come in here and do my job and go home.
That was my favorite thing about warehouse jobs. You can literally work in that piece for anywhere from 8 to 12 hours and not speak a singular word if you didn't want to.
That's why so at Community when Champagne started, and everybody when Champagne started, they came to introduce her to me because I came in because somebody called in or something like that. And she was there. And same chick that I told her I didn't want to talk about her kids, she came to introduce her to me. And Champagne goes, yeah, I used to work at Simple Dose. And I said, before she could even get the next sentence out, I cut her off. I said, I ain't used to talk to nobody there, so don't be mad if I don't remember you. And she goes, you used to talk to me?
You ain't shit. You ain't shit.
So
she remembered your ass.
She did.
You ain't shit.
Now, in my defense, when they introduced her to me, I never actually looked at her because I was doing something. So I think I was like drawing up syringes or something like that. So I wasn't.
Okay, that makes most sense.
I wasn't actually looking at her. I knew she was a short black chick. That's all I saw. And they had a bunch of those at Simple Dose. So when she said that, I looked at her, I said, honestly, I still didn't know who the fuck she was. I was like, I don't know who the fuck she is.
You ain't shit.
And then I swear to you, it was like, I think I played it off. Maybe I didn't. But like 3 months later, that's when I came to her. And I said, I recommended Community to you, didn't I? And she was like, yes. And I said, I
finally remember who you are 3 months later.
Because it was bugging me. I said, who the fuck is she? And I was like, there was only one chick that I used to talk to at Simple Dose, and she definitely ain't her because that girl was taller than me.
How do you forget whole conversations with this girl?
Look, you'd be surprised the shit I will forget.
And Champagne is not a boring person.
And you know what made
me... So how'd you forget her?
You know what? Here's the thing. At Simple Dose, she would come in with this is all I really remember about her. From
Did she have different hair?
She would have the craziest color hair. Like, and it would change almost every time I saw her. But at Community, it's pretty much same color and everything. Yeah. So I'm like, there's no way this is her because this is way toned down than what I saw at Simple Dose. And it's when I was like, was she the one with the crazy color hair? And then I asked her that. She was like, yes. And I was just like, I remember you now.
3 months later, you know her now. Type of mess is that? I'll be so mad.
Look.
Were you raggedy heifer?
I am who I am.
What trauma were you going through that you just forgot?
Shit. Having to have 2 jobs. Shit.
That ain't no trauma.
It was for me to go from only having one to now you need two.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, I see that. My legs hurt.
Man, I used to get off of work literally, and honestly, I was smaller then too. I would get off of work, I would go home, change clothes, go to the gym, because at the time I also had a personal trainer. And then I would get home, and honestly, I would sit on the couch and enjoy just my time. And then my brother guilted me into getting a second job. To be honest, I didn't even need that fucking job.
How he guilt you into a second job? This is what I want to know.
With logic. Because, okay, so I had decided I wanted to buy a house.
Oh, well, you need a second job then if you're trying to get a house. That makes sense.
No, I didn't. I ain't need no fucking second job. He made me think I did.
Then why are you still there?
Because now I done got a taste of getting the extra cash. And I'm like, well, I don't want to let go of the extra cash. Even if I don't need it. But anywho.
What a mess.
We were talking about me getting a house. And we're going on and on about like saving, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling him how much I'm saving. I think I was saving like I was already saving $1,100 a month.
Oh, you was doing good.
Yeah. I'm like, I think this is damn good. And he's like, well, if you want to save more, why don't you get a part-time job somewhere? And I was just like, yeah, I thought about that before, but then I was like,
I'm having a good time.
The lazy in me was like, no. And then he was like, well, what else are you doing? And
but
then
I enjoy the nothing.
I thought about it. I said, I get off work.
I
go home and I sit on the couch. Sometimes I watch TV. Sometimes I'll go for a walk. And I said, you know what? He got a fucking point.
I ain't doing shit.
I said, I ain't doing a damn thing. I said, I ain't doing shit. I might as well go make some damn money and do nothing at work. So that's when I added the second job. And I was just like, ugh. And honestly, it wasn't bad. I bring in a good $300-400 a week because I think CVS got paid every week and Omnicare is owned by CVS. But yeah, I was like, I didn't need it, but I got it. And now,
look at you.
Now I
still in the circle.
I got a PRN job.
Still in the
where
cycle.
I'm in control of when I work that second job, and they can't get me to come in. Do you know how many messages they've sent me talking about some? Hey, we had somebody call in anyway you can come in.
They're gonna let you go at some point.
They are, because I'm supposed to work at an average of once a month. And I was just like, usually like, no, sorry,
girl, just
unavailable.
Just quit then.
No, it's nice to have it in your back pocket. What if I ever do need the money?
You gotta show up to have them in your back pocket.
I mean, I show up once a month. Look, as much as I was working, there's no way I've reached an average below a day a month.
Yeah, you there all the time.
I was there all the time. I was working. There was times I was working day near full-time hours as an as-needed employee. I was working full-time there and full-time at my other job. I was bringing the heck of cash at Community. I'm telling y'all, be a pharmacy tech. It don't require schooling, even though some people go to school for it.
I find that's actually like they want that to be associate's degree now. I find that
I know.
crazy.
I'm like, why? I'm like, all you need to know is basic reading skills, basic math skills.
But it's like the national, and they're like, yeah, so you can get nationally certified. I said, but you can do that yourself.
You can. I did.
You just need to work 500 hours somewhere. This is literally all you gotta do.
Honestly, I don't know how the licensing is in Illinois now, but you didn't even have to do that to get licensed in Illinois.
Well, in Indiana, you didn't. You just had to be a pharmacy tech and training first.
You didn't even have to do that in Illinois.
Well, we got to do that. We got to do the pharmacy tech and training, and then get the state license after you work for 500 hours.
See, yeah. Indiana requires the tech and training sponsored, which is the employer that you'll get the 500 hours with, and then you could get licensed, and then you can get certified if you want to, which a lot of pharmacies are requiring that now. But in Illinois, at least back before I left Illinois, which was in 2010, all you had to do was go online, buy the license, and you're a licensed pharmacy tech.
I'm glad Indiana didn't do that.
I'm happy Illinois did that. Because if I had to go through all them hoops to be a pharmacy tech like they require in Indiana, I wouldn't have did it.
It ain't that bad. You just got to get a job.
Yeah, but how hard is it to get a job with no experience?
Hate to say it, but she worked out pretty fine for me.
Yeah, it's working out fine for y'all. That ain't always been the case.
Because I just was like...
Because remember, I told you I applied to community... 3 or 4 times?
And I don't know how that happened.
And I had people that worked at community that was recommending me to community. I didn't even get called for the interview.
Which is wild, because I straight applied and they immediately called me and I had zero experience at all.
Exactly. And at that point, that was 2011, I think the first time I applied to community. I'd already been working as a pharmacy tech since 2005. So I'm like, I had experience.
Street with nothing.
Now, don't get me wrong, I wasn't certified at that point, but I was licensed and I was actively working as a pharmacy tech. I applied to Community East, I don't know how many times.
That is wild to me.
Yeah.
Because I had no experience and they hurried up and called me back.
Mm-hmm.
None. But then the manager did say that he prefers people with no experience, so he don't got to worry about teaching them out of their bad habits from their other employers.
And I have some bad habits?
And he did say that he prefers to get newer people to where the only thing they know is his job, so he ain't got to worry about them doing another mess.
You want to know how raggedy I was? I was such a raggedy employee. Not necessarily when I worked for IU Health. I actually liked working for IU Health, honestly. But when I used to work for CVS, man, I was a raggedy ass employee.
Why?
Especially when I transferred here and I hated going there.
Why? Why were you a bad employee?
I didn't like the people I was working with. I didn't like being a pharmacy tech. Honestly, and we talked about my life prior to 2012. I wasn't a happy person in general. Thought I was, but I really wasn't. And I would go in there and I would be there for like 3 hours. And I would go to the pharmacy. I'm like, can I go home? I want to leave early.
Why?
Because I didn't want to be there. And I'm the one taking care of the household. So I'm like, I couldn't necessarily afford that. But I would do it because I just couldn't stand being there. And then there has been times, especially when me and Tasha used to work there together, they would be looking for me and I'd be off the premises. One day I went and got Sundays and brought them back. Tasha looked up. I said, I went and got us Sundays. And she said, we've been looking for you.
Not you didn't even tell Tasha.
I ain't tell nobody, I just left. I said, they'll be fine.
They didn't fire your ass?
No.
I would have.
I would have fired me too. But no, they didn't fire me. That's also the place where I fucked up the bathroom.
You're nasty. And here, what you doing now? Getting
Nothing.
chocolate, peanut butter, fucking milk.
And it's delicious.
Now, let me tell you something.
What?
So I told Monet about the shit, right?
What shit?
You
Which
and
shit?
that fucking...
Okay.
That
peanut butter
chocolate milk. You know what her response was? That peanut butter chocolate milk sound kind of good. I'm so sick of y'all.
It's delicious.
I said, that don't make your stomach hurt. She goes, nah, I wouldn't try that shit. I'm like, no.
It is so good.
What is wrong with Victor's like that? He said, that actually don't sound too bad. I'm like, what?
It's good.
What fat motherfuckers am I surrounded by? Like, why do y'all want this?
Just think of a liquefied Reese's. You ain't gotta waste time chewing. I'm telling you, it's so good. If y'all ever, I can literally only find it at one gas station.
Well, sketchy ass fucking gas.
Literally, it's the gas station where the guy asked me for money for gas for a car he didn't have. And I'm telling you, it is so good.
Don't get it, y'all.
It is the bee's knees.
Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble.
Now, it does fuck my stomach up. Well, not all the time.
Girl.
Usually if I go a long time without having it and then I just like get it, And my other issue is I don't slowly drink stuff. I chug it. So then it kind of shocks my stomach, and my stomach be like, what the fuck did you just do to me? And then it'd be like, evacuate.
That's me saying no. That's my no dancing.
Well, I got 2 people that's at least interested. Katie did the same thing from the pharmacy. She asked her kids about it, and they all said they was like, yeah, I think that would be good.
I ain't asking them fucking kids about that shit. So then they gonna be bugging me. They like, where's that peanut butter chocolate milk you talked about? Sounds pretty good.
Did I tell you about the expired ones?
No! You drunk expired ones?
I drank 2 of them before I realized they were expired.
That's about them hood gas stations. You gotta watch them expiration dates.
Dude, let me tell you. So this was in December 2025. I'm drinking these milks. I'm sitting on my couch watching TV, and I'm like, oh, I got peanut butter chocolate milks. I could drink those. So I chug one down the hatch. Then I opened up the second one, and I'm drinking that one a little slower. And then I finish it, and something tells, I don't know what told me to do this.
Wait till the end?
Yeah, I don't know what told me to do this, but something just went, look at the expiration date on that. Actually, I was playing with the bottle, and I just so happened to look at the top of the cap. And I saw, you want to know what date was on that?
August 30th.
No, it wasn't August 30th. It was November 23rd, 2025.
You like a month ago?
I said, this expired last month. I said, and I just drank, like, they did not taste like they were expired.
That's scary.
That is very scary.
Because it's dairy.
But it also explains why my stomach
was
fucked up.
They probably expired the entire time you were drinking them.
And you know, I thought that. I was like, what if these been expired the whole damn time?
And you tearing them up and telling everybody to go tear them up too.
Now,
oh no.
And what made me think that was because several weeks go by, and I go back to the same gas station.
The same shit, ain't it?
And literally, I picked up one. This time, I'm looking at the expiration dates. Look at it, 11/23/25.
It was expired the whole
I
time.
said, these are expired. So then I said, okay, what if it's just this one? So then I pick up another one, 11/23/25. Another one, 11/23/25.
They were expired the whole time.
I said, all of these are fucking expired.
And you've been drinking them this
And
whole time.
I've been tearing them up.
Did you at least go to the front and be like, hey, these are expired?
Yeah, I took literally every single one of them was 11/23/25. I took every last one of them up to the front desk. I said, hey, just so y'all know, these milks are expired. And he took them and put them off away. And then the next time...
And he put them right back out there.
I thought that.
He got
But the next time I went there, they had January 2026 dates. I said, okay, so they at least did get new ones. I was like, but based off that, I must be the only one buying them. That's because people don't know they exist. Peanut butter chocolate milk exists.
So fuck your stomach up.
No, it's not. Well,
as her stomach was fucked up.
Well,
okay.
They were expired.
I think even if they weren't expired, they gonna fuck your stomach
Well,
up.
I've had several of some that I have verified they are not expired and they have not messed my stomach up.
Well, I do have a double chin. I know that's taking it too far for me.
Whatever. That ain't taking it too far. That's just enjoying life.
My stomach literally went, bitch, you better not entertain that stupid ass shit because I'm going to blow this shit up. That was my stomach went, you better. If I even eat the wrong brand of yogurt.
Look, it was delicious. Think what you want. It was delicious.
Y'all don't get that mess.
You know, every time I look at myself in the camera now,
yeah,
especially when I go wide-eyed, which I don't know why I do that, but apparently I do it a lot.
I'm still not over the 1-2 blink.
Yeah. But every time I do that, I go, I hope you blinked more. Like,
he's in the camera.
Like, I'm like, do I look crazy then?
No, I don't think you look crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't care. I kind of want people to think I'm crazy. Then they'll leave me alone.
But then if we both look crazy, none of us look crazy.
I just don't want to be normal. That's it. That's
I think
all.
we passed that bandwagon. I think that.
I passed that bandwagon when I was
that ship has sailed.
Sailed.
far away.
Sail away, sail away, sail away.
Away. Because it ain't over here.
Anywho, let's wrap it up there. Anywho, hope y'all enjoyed this. Make sure you do all the usuals. Like, comment, subscribe, and
share
on YouTube and on the audio platform. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe. Liking, commenting, following there. Rate, review. That is very important.
Please and thank
we
you.
have had a spike in listens lately. I think it said our listens for audio is up like over 30 days, 70 something percent.
Yeah.
And over the last 7 days is up like 50 something percent.
We getting there.
Look at y'all helping us out.
Thanks, y'all.
But yeah, make sure you do all the things. Share, comment.
Like.
On Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google, as
Spotify.
she likes to call it.
Google.
And with that, we will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Bye, friends.